Openshaw is on location at Hamilton Airport for the launch of Swoop, Canada's very first ULCC. Stephen, congratulations. Big day for Canada, as you say, but let's talk about travel agents because that's the important question for them.
Sure.
Distribution. Yeah. How is Swoop going to be distributed?
At the moment, it's actually direct distribution because we're doing domestic. We started off simple, direct distribution via our website and our mobile app. Who knows what's going to be around the corner? As we go international, obviously we'll need to start looking at our strategy overall.
So you are considering distributing through the trade?
Yes.
Really? And through a GDS?
Not through a GDS. I think we'll probably steer clear of that and try to keep the model as simple as we possibly can.
Let's talk about pilots. That was obviously a big deal in the last few weeks, and now they have permission to fly the Swoop planes. Is that bringing your costs back up again?
No, it doesn't. So what we have is an interim order in terms of arbitration order, and that allows WestJet pilots to come and fly for Swoop, which is something that we've wanted since day one. Equally as important is that they come and fly for Swoop at Swoop paying conditions, so that preserves the economic model that we're trying to set out to do.
Now, you made some bold statements in your presentation earlier about the fact that Swoop is now revolutionizing travel for Canadians, so let's make the pitch.
Absolutely. Well, to me, it's as I said in my speech, it's a couple of things. It's those people who couldn't afford to fly can now fly. Those who only could fly once a year can now fly 2 or 3 times a year. Those people going across the border, flying US airlines with their hard-earned Canadian dollars, now can fly Canadian airline, pay Canadian wages, pay Canadian investment. And that's a really key thing here. So I think what we've got to do is we've got to bring that price point down. We've got to have absolute relentless focus in terms of our cost, and hopefully we can deliver to the Canadian public just as WestJet did 22 years ago.
So for the agents who do find an opportunity to sell this to their clients, because of course there may be some people who want it, and they obviously it's in their interest to serve the best needs of their clientele, let's just give them an overview of the product.
Yeah, sure. It's a very basic product, and I would call it customizable. You know, you start with the basic seat, and depending on what your customer wants, and we call them travelers, but I'll leave it for the travel agents to call them what they want. It starts with the seat, and then you build an experience around it. If they want baggage, you can pay for baggage. If you want food, you can pay for food. So it really is that customizable piece that we're going after. It's about the simplicity of the product and the offering and the price, which is the hook, and then obviously how one individual customizes their experience.
What's the seat pitch?
Seat pitch ranges from 33 to 29.
Oh, so it's not bad at all. And price point?
Price point? Well, I actually checked this morning. It was like $39 fares out there still. And we expect that, look, we'll keep prices low. Tomorrow, our flight tomorrow to Abbotsford, so it's a good 5-hour flight. The average fare paid on board is only $100.
And when can we expect south of the border and international flights in general?
I'm hoping we can go on sale in the next month or so, but that's really out of our hands. It depends on the regulatory authorities. Where flights we're aiming for October, November.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Dina, talk to us a little bit about the growth of Hamilton Airport.
Well, first off, Nina, thank you for coming out to see us. So happy to see you here. In 2017, Hamilton International grew its passenger count to almost 600,000 passengers, and that was an 80% jump from 2016. And now with today's media and VIP event, where we launch Swoop officially tomorrow morning, first nonstop flight to Abbotsford, BC. We're very hopeful and optimistic that that number is going to continue growing. Swoop has some very ambitious plans on its own growth, and they have basically decided to base here as they start off. They've named their first airplane #Hamilton, and we're very, very proud.
And what's the catchment area for Hamilton Airport?
So within a 2-hour drive, which is not uncommon for customers to travel to when they're looking for low-cost carrier options like Swoop and Flair, we have about 9 million people that we could access that, in fact, do use our airport. About 20% of our customers right now are originating from the Toronto area.
By the end of summer, we'll have 90 flights weekly. We will have 6 aircraft by the end of the year. We will have 10 aircraft by the middle of next year. We'll be carrying, hopefully, a couple of million people in doing so, and in doing so very, very safely. We'll release over the next couple of weeks our winter schedule, which will hopefully also include some international destinations. In the next couple of weeks, we'll also be announcing our second Canadian base. Something to be very proud of in terms of how we're going to stimulate jobs and the economy in the market that we set that base up in. And of course, hopefully we can also reflect on an average fare that is way lower than any other of our competitors in the marketplace.